This is the Raw Life Health Show. Raw Life.
Hello everybody, it's Paul Neeson with the Raw Life Health Show, and I just want to talk about a video I did yesterday about vitamin B12, and a lot of people ask me about supplements and items like this, and let me tell you, I recommend vitamin B12, better safe than sorry, because it's just known that people are deficient in vitamin B12, and I spoke yesterday about the reason why. However, let's talk about vitamins and supplements for a second, because people always ask me about vitamins and supplements. Do we need them or should we take them? I'm sorry to say that the food that we get today does not have the nutrients in it that it once did. I'm looking on the internet, I'm looking at reports, and most produce today is significantly lower in nutrients than it was just 30 years ago. And you look at 100 years ago and it's completely different. But what happens today is somebody will look at a book that was written 30 or 40 years ago about the nutrients in a certain fruit or vegetable, and they'll think that's what their fruit or vegetable has. You take an apple, for example, significantly lower in nutrients today than it was 30, 40 years ago. But if you get a book from back then and you say, well, this is how many nutrients an apple has, this is how many nutrients a banana has, then we're going to be thinking, well, that's a pretty nutritious food. But get to the reality of it and look at it today. The soil is so depleted from the nutrients because of the chemicals and the processing and the genetically modifying. The food is not what it once was meant to be. People always question me and ask me about, oh, in the Garden of Eden they were eating just fruits and vegetables. Well, I'm telling you, in the Garden of Eden the food was definitely the highest quality food you can ever get. But times are different today and things are different today, and I think it's still possible to get good high quality food on a vegetarian or vegan diet and the produce and the fruits and vegetables, but you have to work to do that. To do that, you have to grow your own food. You have to make that soil yourself through composting and using a good quality food that you're composting. You can't just go to the average supermarket, even a health food store, and buy food that's been shipped from halfway around the world, that's been shipped and picked unripe, that you're eating, it's not even fresh, and expect to get the nutrients you need. You just can't do that. I mean, go to a local farmer's market, at least the food was fresh and recently picked. Get organic food, even better. But still, it's nowhere as good as it used to be. So, the question is supplements. Now, I'm not a big fan of synthetic supplements. However, there are whole foods and supplements forms we can use to help us get many of the nutrients we're missing. And that's something I would recommend. Whole foods in a supplement form, such as a green powder. Because you have to understand, when they're taking the drying the fruits and vegetables that are in these green powders and these other whole food supplements, not all companies, but a majority of them, they're getting the foods from a proper source, a source where they're getting good high quality fruits and vegetables. They're not just taking the average fruits or vegetables from the store and just powdering them down. They're getting good quality fruits and vegetables and powdering them down. And then to top it all off, they're putting things in there that we can't necessarily get on a regular basis. And that would be things like sea vegetables. There are a particular type of sea vegetables or algae, and even if we can get them, we don't like them, so we don't usually eat them. So they are putting these things in there that are going to be helpful for us that we're not going to get on a regular basis. So I don't recommend too many synthetic supplements, but I do recommend we need to get our nutrients from somewhere. And if you are going out of the way to grow your own food, then that's wonderful. But if you're not doing that, you need to pay special attention to your blood tests. You need to make sure you're getting the nutrients you need, and for some reason, if you're not, it's time to add some green powders and so on. I've tested many of the different green powders out in the market, and here's the one that I love to use regularly. And it's one of my favorite ones. It's Vitamin Mineral Green here. And another thing I use often is this Dr. Schultz Superfood. Now these are two that I have found to be wonderful over the years, and people always ask me about different types of green foods, and I don't know all about all of them, but I do know you get what you pay for when it comes to many of the whole foods in a supplement form. And it's sad but true, but the thing is, many people, they'd rather spend less money than be healthy, so they'll get the cheap product that they find on the shelf. And we got to be careful, because a lot of those companies are using fillers, or they're not using good products in there. But I know these two companies particularly, of the products, especially I just love the Vitamin Mineral Green and the Dr. Schultz Superfood. They're using the highest quality products. Their reputation has been wonderful for many years. I have a friend who's 107 years old, and he says one of the secrets to his long health is taking the Dr. Schultz Superfood. on a daily basis. And both of these taste good as well, so that's a big important part when it comes to this. But in supplements in general, I'm not opposed to taking nutritional supplements. I spoke yesterday about vitamin B12. I think it's very helpful to take a B12 supplement of some type for most people. And probiotics I'm a big fan of. The other vitamins and nutrients I see a lot of people wasting money on. I think some people need them, but how do you know you need them unless you get a blood test to figure out what you're low in? And then even from then, we should still get our nutrients from our food and our diet before we look to supplements. Because remember, supplement is supposed to supplement a diet, not replace it. So that's an important thing to remember. But you know, for some reason, maybe you're not absorbing it, maybe the nutrients aren't in your food because of the low quality of food today, then you want to look at these different types of supplements to supplement your diet. It should all come down to diet. Eat the fresh foods, raw, ripe, fresh, organic fruits, vegetables, nuts, and seeds as much as possible, and you should be pretty good with what you're doing. All right, everybody, if you have any other questions here on the Raw Life Health Show, just post them below the video. We answer all your questions each week. And until then, everybody, have a great day and a great Raw Life.
Good for your health. This is the Raw Life Health Show. Raw Life. Brighten up your life.